Coolant renewal. Open the bonnet by pulling the lever in the driver's footwell and releasing the under-bonnet catch. Remove the prop from the storage clip and position it to prop the bonnet. Apply the handbrake. Chock the rear wheels, then slacken the front wheel nuts. Jack up the front of the vehicle and support it on axle stands before removing the jack. To drain the cooling system, first cover the coolant expansion tank cap on 1.2 litre petrol engines and all diesel engines with a rag. On 1.6 litre petrol engines, put the rag over the radiator cap. Slowly turn the cap anti-clockwise to relieve the pressure in the cooling system. A hissing sound will normally be heard. Wait until any pressure remaining in the system is released. Then continue to turn the cap until it can be removed. On 1.6 petrol engines, also remove the coolant expansion tank cap. Attach a hose to the radiator drain tap. Position a suitable container beneath the drain plug at the base of the radiator. Unscrew the drain plug and allow the coolant to drain into the container. Once coolant has stopped flowing, close the drain tap, remove the hose and remove the drain tray unless you're working on a 1.6 litre petrol engine. Raise the vehicle, remove the axle stands, then lower the car and remove the jack. Unscrew the air bleed screw from the upper left-hand side of the radiator. Place a cloth under the air bleed screw to catch any escaping coolant. Position containers under the radiator and under the disconnected heater matrix hose. Very slowly refill the cooling system through the expansion tank until coolant runs from the radiator air bleed screw, then refit and tighten the screw. Continue to fill the system through the expansion tank until the coolant, free from air bubbles, emerges from the heater hose. Refit the heater hose back to the bulkhead heater connection once the coolant escaping is free from air bubbles. Continue to fill the expansion tank until the coolant level reaches the max mark. Remove the cloth placed under the radiator air bleed screw, then remove the funnel from the expansion tank. Start the engine and increase the engine speed to approximately 1500 RPM for 2 to 3 minutes, keeping the coolant level at max. With the engine switched off, recheck the air-free coolant at the air bleed screw, then retighten the screw. If necessary, top up the coolant level and ensure it's at the max position. Then remove the funnel and refit the cap on the expansion tank. Run the engine for approximately 10 minutes at 2000 to 2500 RPM until the thermostat operates. Check the coolant temperature gauge for signs of overheating. Then run the engine at idle for 5 minutes. Stop the engine, allow it to cool completely, and then check for leaks, particularly around the disturbed components. With the system cold, check the level in the expansion tank. Top up to the max mark if necessary.